Like most things this year, CES 2021 is all virtual, happening in people's homes around the globe. But that doesn't mean that there isn't a ton of cool new tech to check out, including this insane new gaming laptop from Asus that has not one, but two screens. I'm Tom Brandt from PCMag.com in America, and with me is Sascha Krohn from Asus in Taiwan, who is here to tell us all about this new Zephyrus Duo. Sascha, take it away.
All right, so the new version, the 2021 version of the Zephyrus Duo, as you can see, it's all in black now. So very nice matte black, glossy black combination finish. I'm a big fan of that myself. And yeah, it looks much more classy and premium. And as soon as I open it up, you can see there's the second display. And I think that's a pretty cool party trick, right? And if you take this laptop to somewhere and you open it up, that and people notice it, that's definitely going to turn some heads. And yeah, this the second generation now. What's cool about it is, you know, if you close this laptop, people will know that this is a powerful system. It's pretty clear that this is a high-end system, but nobody will expect that there's a second display in here. So I think that's pretty cool how slim it is, you know, considering that there's a second display in here.
Yeah, so two displays. So you guys have, so Asus has had a couple different laptops, both gaming and non-gaming, with dual displays over the past couple of years. Walk us through, like, what is the big display, what is the small display, and why do gamers need that?
Right, so basically we've been experimenting with multiple displays for years now. It all started with phone display that we put into the touchpad of one of our ZenBook models. And then later we expanded the display and we created the ScreenPad Plus, which is what you see here. And then in our gaming Zephyrus Duo, we then created AAS Plus, which means we tilt the screen upwards. So it's no longer flat with the keyboard, but it tilts up for a better viewing angle. And it's also closer to the main display. So essentially you can see we're trying as much as we can with technology that's available today to get to this cool idea of having a device that transforms into as much display as possible when you open it up, and to be as compact and portable as possible when you close it and carry it with you.
So let's talk about the specs of those displays. What kind of refresh rate do they have? What's the dimensions?
So the main display, there's two options for this one. It's either Full HD 300 Hertz or 4K 120 Hertz. So that's a really nice option for content creators who need that extra pixel real estate on the main display, but they still want to be able to run at higher FPS, at higher refresh rate when they do game, or even just for scrolling, you see a big improvement going to 120 Hertz. And on the second display, there's also two options. You can either have it in Full HD resolution or in 4K resolution, although it's half height. So essentially what you're getting is a second display that is half height compared to the main display to have extra screen space. And it's touchscreen. So it's essentially a giant touchscreen that you have sitting above the keyboard there that's really useful to draw all the additional apps, all the additional information away from the main display, especially like today, you know, in the current environment that we're living in, we have a lot of video calls just like this one, and you still want to be able to have something on the main display and have additional information. With this one, you can do that really well. You can move things that are not that important to the second screen and free up the main display to focus on the most important stuff.
So how does game support work with the Zephyrus Duo? Do games need to support this specifically, or can you just set it up in the settings to extend across both displays, or to put one window on the second one?
So essentially, it is recognized by Windows as just a second display, as a second monitor. So you don't need any specific support for this. And one of the cool things that we're doing, we're working with Overwolf, which is a third-party provider that offers plugins for a lot of popular games. So you can draw those Overwolf plugins that display additional interesting in-game information to the second display. So then you can play the game on the main display, and on the ScreenPad Plus, you can have all the additional in-game information like the current stats, you can see the mini-map and some other stuff on the ScreenPad Plus at the same time.
So obviously, coolest part about the Zephyrus Duo is the dual display setup, but talk quickly about what are some other features in the Zephyrus Duo. What kind of graphics card, what kind of CPU is there? How's the keyboard, and what kind of port situation do we have?
All right, so yeah, performance-wise, this is a really high-end system as well. You're getting top-of-the-line next-generation mobile AMD CPU and top-of-the-line next-generation mobile NVIDIA GPU, and both of them come factory overclocked. So you're really getting a ton of performance in this relatively compact chassis as well. So it's a really powerful workstation. Yeah, the keyboard is moved to the front, so you have as much space as possible for the ScreenPad Plus. This is also very ergonomic, so it's essentially like having, you know, a desktop keyboard right in front of you. Port-wise, we do have the power jack on the left side and the combo jack. We now have a micro SD card reader built into the laptop as well. That's new. We have more speakers in here, so the speaker situation has improved. And on the right side, we have 2 USB-A ports and a USB Type-C port. And then we have some ports in the rear as well. So just a second. We have, yeah, you can see right now, right? We have a gigabit LAN jack, a USB-A port, and an HDMI port in the back as well. So plenty of I/O ports.
Is this something that you can connect a VR headset to? Does this have the HDMI standards and the what's the display port output for VR?
Yes, it does have a display port signal over the USB Type-C port on the right side. So you can plug that into a headset, and yeah, you can play VR on this. And I have to say though, I'm a big fan of VR, and I have the Quest 2, and the best way to play is to stream over Wi-Fi. And this one has really fast Wi-Fi as well. So yeah, that works well.
I was going to say, yeah, well, the best way to experience the Zephyrus Duo is not in VR. It's with that insane dual screen setup there, if that's something that you're into. So Asus has sold and developed several different models with dual screens. Is this something that people actually want? Are you guys selling a lot of both gaming and non-gaming laptops with these secondary displays?
So yeah, I mean, that's a good question, because to some degree, we're always pushing the envelope and want the latest technology. And we're not even ourselves sure, is this going to be, you know, like for everyone, how many people are going to buy into this? But we're really passionate about technology. But it turns out in 2020, we sold over 150,000 units, over 150,000 dual display laptops, all of them combined. So that's really impressive, and it shows that people really like to have that second display, having extra screen space. And it makes sense, because for multitasking, it really makes your life so much easier to have extra screen space.
So yeah, the Zephyrus Duo, new this year with this snazzy new pop-up screen, secondary screen that lets you put chat windows or anything else that you might want to put on that secondary display while you game or do whatever you need to do on the main display. We're very much looking forward to checking out the Zephyrus Duo for a full review later, but it is launching at CES, and we're very much looking forward to checking it out. Thank you very much for watching.